Okay, so far we've been just using the default background window. And this is great for functionality, but in terms of visual impact, it is what it is. It's just the default window. We can actually add a lot to that. We've got a chapter on here about how to create themes for the actual installer window, the project itself, but we're going to take a look at what else we can do here to affect our visual impact other than that. So that would be mainly the background area. Let's go ahead and look at that. In the settings pane, let's choose the background window link and take a look at what we've got in our background tab here. We've got a few different styles that we can choose from: standard, bordered, and kiosk, and that's going to be the window style. We've got some appearance options here for colors, gradients, and images, and we've got some information display options over here. So let's just go ahead and experiment with some different things. We also have an option here to not show the background window at all. If you uncheck that, it'll just go through your install process with just the install window. Okay, let's go ahead and leave it checked though. I'm going to switch our style to bordered. I'm going to get rid of my subheading by just deleting the text here, and I'm going to get rid of the footer as well. And the heading here, we're going to go ahead and change that. So we're going to click the 3D effect, and I'm going to go ahead and just put a blue color in there. Since I'm going to run a gradient background that goes from black to blue, I'm going to up the font size a little bit too, to let's say Arial Black 14. Okay, so I've customized my heading text. Now let's go ahead and customize the color of the background here. I'm going to go in the gradient pickers here by choosing gradient in the radio box, and I'm going to choose black to blue, and that's going to give us a nice little lighting effect. It should be fairly dramatic and at the same time not distracting. Let's go ahead and press OK and audition these changes. Okay, there we go. We're going to run this installer. As you can see here, we've got a nice bordered window with our headline with the 3D effect, and we've got that gradient that we set up, and it's very nice. It's nice and subtle. It has a nice dramatic effect, but it doesn't detract from the message that's on the screen. And depending on what theme you're using within your screen, of course, you can match a gradient or an image in your background screen to the theme that's in your installer. So you can get some really spectacular effects doing this. Okay, so that's a big improvement over what we've been doing, but let's see how we can even improve it further. I'm going to go back into the background windows area here, and I'm going to click on the kiosk style. I'm going to eliminate this heading text by just deleting it from the heading area. We don't want that anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and add an image background. So I'll click on image, and then I'll choose the browse button. I'm going to go ahead and choose a image that's on my hard drive. As you can see, they give you a preview of it here in the bottom when it's highlighted, and we can go ahead and press open. It's going to stretch it to our screen for us, and we'll press OK. Let's go ahead and run that. Okay, so here's our installer. Let's start it up. As you can see, it's spectacular looking. It's a nice kiosk mode. It's got those clouds. The clouds sort of augment the theme that's already inside our screen there, and it really sets it off. I mean, this is a spectacular thing. When Microsoft wanted something spectacular for their Windows desktop, of course the first thing they went for was cloud, because it gives you that nice dramatic feel. Everybody loves to feel like they're outside and the open space and freedom, and it really opens up our screen. Bottom line is, it's going to set you apart from your competition. It's even going to set you apart from the stuff that you used to be building. But this is just one more way that you can really customize the theme, the visual theme of your installers using Setup Factory, and really add high impact content to your installation process. And I'm just going to end off this video lesson with a quick demonstration of what it looks like without the background window. We'll just remove that option altogether and go ahead and run a version of that. Of course, my personal preference was the cloud version. For my money, that is the sort of installer that really says to people, I'm a professional, I know what I'm doing, and you can trust me. Okay, here we go. That's what it looks like without any background at all. So this is pretty typical of Windows installation software, and a lot of times you're probably going to want to just use this option with no background at all. But for certain applications, for example any type of visual application, it's really great to go ahead and leverage the advantages of the background options. And I'm just going to run this so that I can leave you with a picture of that. And it's just a lot of power that you can add to your application with a couple of clicks. So basically you get a lot of mileage out of very little work. So this is the background options in Setup Factory 7, and we'll go on to the next video lesson.